Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The Dar Thompson case. The neighbor spotted suspicious activity. Also, a GoFundMe for suspect in transit stabbing. So we're going to be chopping it up about both of these cases. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of my wonderful moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Appreciate this super chat baddie reacts. Happy Wednesday, Shank mods in chat. And as always, I love shouting out other content creators. So make sure you all subscribe to Baddie Reacts. She's a content creator. Salute to who else we got? Capricorn Chronicles. Let me read my copyright disclaimer and we'll get into it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And we have a new subby. Appreciate you for pulling up with us, Shawnique. Make sure everybody gives Shawnique and all my other new subscribers a warm welcome. Shout out to all of my folks in Jersey. New Jersey is in the building. All right, y'all. Now, these cases are some sad cases. Now, we're going to start with the Dar Thompson case, okay? And if you're not familiar with the Dar case, then I'll catch you up to date on it. Most of us are familiar with it. I see you, Sagittarius, was even to ask you on Instagram if you ain't going to do a demonstration on it. Yeah, I've been on a little miniature vacation, so that's why I've been absent these last couple days. So now the neighbor has spotted behavior. All right, let's tap into what the neighbor has to say.
Well, Fox 5 exclusive. The neighbor of the suspect accused of killing 19-year-old Dar Thompson is speaking out this morning. We're talking about Cody Parson here, who says that he witnessed suspicious behavior of the 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez following Dakar's disappearance.
Cody tells Fox 5 he lives next door to the alleged illegal immigrant who police say killed Dar Thompson inside of his bedroom in a Bowie, Maryland home. Cody says early in the morning on August 23rd, he stepped outside of his home and saw something burning in the suspect's backyard. He says he still can't believe this happened.
I'm terrified. This could happen next door to my house, in my neighborhood. Like, my wife sits regularly in between the two houses and smokes late at night. This girl deserves justice. Whatever justice can be given in this world, she deserves it. My heart goes out to her family. I can't even imagine. I have a daughter myself, and I can't even imagine the grief that they're going through right now.
Now, there has been a lot of different opinions on how did DACARA get in this predicament, and I'll take you all opinions on it. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? And I want to say my condolences to DACARA's family. in my opinion, I think that the suspect definitely took advantage of DACARA. I don't think that it was a escort kind of date that went wrong, although many have led to believe that, and some of y'all have good opinions. She was dipping and dabbling in energy she had no business, and that's why she lied to her father about what she was doing. Most people, gives that opinion, honey. Most people, that I've heard, they pretty much said that, she was out there, she was escorting, and it just went bad. I see you, Nola. It just went bad. Now, I want to speak on the suspect. Let's tap into what has been said or what has been found out about the suspect.
I team has been digging into details about Hernandez Mendez's prior arrest by federal authorities and why he was let go. We're going to bring in investigative reporter Tracy Wilkins, who has also learned about questions here about Prince George's County Police's sort of initial handling of the case and her report as a missing person.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions in this case. Let's start with what we know about Hugo Hernandez Mendez and his past interactions with the law. An ICE official tells us he is from Guatemala and entered the country at an unknown date. But we know when he crossed the radar, federal officials, just as recently as this past spring, he was not kept in custody. Today at the press conference announcing murder charges, state and county officials said he had been arrested by the U.S. Park Police last April and charged with a DUI, but was released. We looked for those records, but could not find them in the court system. We asked Park Police for charging documents, but they directed us to file an open records request to receive them. But sources close to this investigation say Hernandez Mendez was arrested on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway in Prince George's County on April 25th by the U.S. Park Police, who patrol the BW Parkway. Now, that's a federal agency. Given the federal push to detain undocumented people in this country, there are questions now as to why he was released after this DUI charge. Here's what County Executive Aisha Braveboy said about that arrest earlier today.
Well, I think that the U.S. government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the questions should be asked of the Justice Department.
Now, we reached out to the DOJ and also Maryland U.S. Attorney's Office for clarification on why Hernandez was not held, since ICE tells us he was undocumented. But they told us they have no comment on this case. ICE issued a detainer for Hernandez Mendez yesterday as this murder investigation was unfolding. This case has taken a devastating turn. There are also questions about how it all started. Prince George's County Police have said that once they were notified about the case, they began investigating areas where Thompson was last seen. They produced a flyer that was distributed. But initially, the department did not reach out to news outlets or publish Thompson's picture on their blog or their X account. I've spoken with Prince George's County Police about why, and it was explained to me that because Thompson was a healthy adult, her case was not considered critical. When we asked...
Wow. Appreciate your super sticker, Nola. Wow. So because Thompson was a healthy adult, her case was not taken seriously. Now, also ICE had him. They knew that he was an illegal immigrant, and ICE released him. when it comes to the whole deportation issues, I'm for Donald Trump. I think that we as a nation, I think that we already have enough issues in this country that we're dealing with to open up this country to outsiders. Now, the last time I checked, because I know people are going to say, but Shank, the immigrants, they come to this country for a better life. The immigrants, when they're in their countries, they face these hellified conditions. And I agree. But the last time I checked, America is no different from these other countries that the immigrants come from. Last time I checked, the same hellified conditions that folks have in the other countries, we as Americans are faced with these same problems. You don't go from America to another country. You just don't go there and automatically you become a legal citizen. Most countries, you got to have a passport to get in. So why do America have to bear the burden of everybody's problem throughout the whole world? And I'm going to speak for Caucasians, even though I'm not a Caucasian, but I can understand Caucasians' issues with immigrants. I can have definitely melanated people issues with immigrants. It's not personal. And if you are an illegal immigrant, if you are a immigrant that have went through the process of receiving your citizenship, it's not personal. Because I know for sure, if you was in your own country and a black American came to your country, tell me that you would feel different from how I feel about y'all coming to this country. I'll wait. So why is it that everybody else's feelings are supposed to be taken in consideration except white Americans and black Americans? It's always somebody that always has to challenge his shank. Not really. The countries have way worse conditions, and before it was them, it was us, the black American. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Don't think for 1 second that those third world countries are worse than black Americans in this country. Now, for you to be a black America, if you can't see the hellified conditions that we go through, I could start with discrimination. Those funky ass immigrants don't get discriminated in their countries because of their skin complexion. But in America, we get discriminated because of our skin complexion. That's right there is more of a hellified condition than any of those funky ass immigrants can go through in their country. So don't sit up here and tell me that those funky ass immigrants have more of a hellified condition than black Americans. And if you are a black American and if you stating this, take your funky ass to them countries and see how they treat you. You don't understand. You really don't understand. I see you, Valerie. And I ain't gonna sugarcoat the shit. Black Americans got worse conditions in America than anybody else. So now they want to come here. They want to look down on black Americans. I give this demonstration over and over and over and over again about how immigrants come to this country and look down on black Americans. The immigrants even know that. They even coming out and saying, well, yes, we are racist towards black Americans. So now this illegal immigrant, he gets released. That's on ISIS watch. ISIS let him leave, released him. Why? And then he took the life. He took the life of this young lady. Ladies, 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 ladies. Look, do your thing. But you got to move cautious when you're doing your thing. I would hope that you wouldn't do your thing. However, it is what it is. But don't take y'all funky asses to these Mexicans and these immigrants. Don't take y'all funky asses to these white men and think that y'all are going to get something better by not coming to the brothers. Well, that's why we don't date black men. Well, that's why I don't trick off with black men. And then y'all take y'all funky asses to them immigrants and see what happened. This is a wake-up call because I get so tired of black men. And because I know I got a lot of young people watching this. So please forgive me. Please forgive me. Some of these demonstrations, Shank, he gets on one. Please forgive me. But black men in America, we get criticized so bad. We get put down so bad all the way around the monopoly board. And then when y'all take y'all asses to them immigrants don't give a damn about your black ass. Don't think for 1 second that they look at the black woman as any higher than they look at the black man. They look at us all as ninjas. They look at us all as a piece of shit. Appreciate this super chat, Nola. We are in, and we have been in a crisis. We have been in a hellified condition for over 400 years in this country. Shame on black Americans that, well, let the immigrants come in. Give them this, give them that. And when those funky ass immigrants get what it is that your funky black ass is saying, giving to them, you put them in position, and then you as a black American, you go to them in America and go for a job or a position and see how them immigrants treat your funky black ass with your funky ass. She was too comfortable for me. This government been slipping a very long time. I feel like she probably got money from him before also. And that's what a lot of people are saying. They sure don't. They look at all the same. They look at us all the same. So I got news for black men that look down on black women. I got news for black women that look down on black men. We all we got. I'm telling y'all, if some shit kicked off today or tomorrow, they ain't gonna look at you as a black man because you date white women and say, oh, you cool. They ain't gonna look at you, black women, because you date white men and Mexicans and all them and say you could. They're looking at all our funky asses as a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. I'm gonna have to end this live, y'all, because I didn't win on one, y'all, and I ain't wanna. I'm gonna have to end this live, y'all. I gotta calm down with this shit, man. Seriously, man. I do apologize, y'all. I do apologize. Let me get off of this. Let me go to the suspect in the Transit City stabbing. Now, and this was a sad case. Donald Trump has said that he wants the death penalty in the case. Now, someone has started a GoFundMe account for the suspect. How do y'all feel? Do y'all think that this suspect should have been given a GoFundMe. I mean, it happens all the time when Caucasians unalive people and they receive hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars. So now I do want to say that the black man, he was dead wrong. He was dead wrong for unaliving this young lady. But is it a big issue when black people are seeking GoFundMes to help with legal aid, legal issues and stuff like that? Let me go to the guy that's speaking on it, because he had some choice of words. And like I said, I feel like he should be able to receive a GoFundMe. I feel like what he done was wrong, but that's just my opinion, y'all. Not Shank, Shank could be wrong, but I'm tired, y'all. I get so tired of doing these cases, y'all. I be trying to switch lanes and cover other cases, y'all. Trying to find it, y'all. All right, I think I got it, y'all. I think I got it, y'all. And if you would like to help me reach my goal for this demonstration, 15 super stickers or super chats, just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or super chat. All right, y'all. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be, y'all. I'm experiencing audio difficulties, y'all. And I don't really want to continue with this demonstration, y'all, because I'm on one, y'all. Appreciate this super sticker, Sean. I'm on one, y'all. So send it to me on Instagram, Mary Kay. Send it to me on Instagram. It won't pull up, y'all. Let me come to the comments. National Guards are coming to New Orleans. At least 5 black women a week is getting shot. Why? What's your Instagram? Shank. Yeah, Shank Rock. I'm Shank Rock on Instagram. Appreciate this super chat, Valerie. Thank you for all you do. Thank you all for y'all support. I really appreciate you all. Appreciate the super sticker, Nene. Just bear with me, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Appreciate the super sticker, Nola. That's not it. Let's see what this is. I don't know why it won't let me do it, y'all. Let me try one more time, y'all. Nope. Nope. Maybe it's a reason why it won't let me get it, y'all. Because this is it right here. I just don't know why it won't let me play it. Let me try this. Let me try to grab it off of YouTube, y'all. Give me 1 second. But this brother, he went in on the fact that the suspect has a GoFundMe account. And then another thing, how many of y'all actually saw the video of the stabbing? How many of y'all saw that video? Some people are questioning those that were on the the train, saying that why they didn't help. I know from experience, I know we can easily say what we would have done, but unless you in that situation, it's hard to really say what you would have done. Because it happened so fast. It did happen so fast. And maybe they just didn't know that, he was, stabbing her. I don't know. Maybe. Well, I can't get it from this. So appreciate that super chat, Nola. Nola says, I saw it. How do y'all feel about Donald Trump calling for the death penalty? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I agree. I think that he should receive the death penalty. All right, y'all. All right. Let's tap into it, y'all.
The Blue Line is a daily route to work, school, or home. But after this attack, many are questioning the safety. Newly released surveillance video shows the moment 23-year-old Irina Zarutska boarded the CATS train at the East-West station. She sat down in front of a man identified by police as DeCarlos Brown. 4 minutes later, he suddenly pulls out a knife and stabs her multiple times.
I was shocked to hear that. I was like, really? Because I just wrote it like hours before. Like, I'd be on there all the time. I have had words with people, but never violent.
According to video, Brown then walked to the next car, wrapped his hand in a sweater, and left the train. An attack that's left some residents shocked.
Obviously, you get your few people here and there that may cause some type of concern. Like yesterday, I did get followed actually on the train, but I think that's unfortunately, that's normal for women.
And others not so surprised.
Now, I ride past this location on a regular basis. Appreciate the super chat, Nola. Nola, black women, protect yourselves at all times. And this is a dangerous spot, a hot spot when it comes to crimes being taking place in this area. Look, this isn't the first time an incident happened, a violent incident happened on Charlotte's transit buses. Whether it's the light rail, whether it's public transportation, something is always going down. Always going down. She was gorgeous too. I feel so bad for her. Yes. My condolences to her family. Salute, JJ.
Well, I don't feel safe riding public transportation, but I gotta go to work and I gotta get from point A to point B.
Brown did not have a valid ticket to ride the night of the incident. He's now charged with murder. Mayor Lyles issued a statement following the video's release, calling it senseless and tragic and extending prayers to the victim's family. CATS says it's now increasing patrols on the Blue Line and reviewing safety policies. In Charlotte, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
Just sad, y'all. All the way around the Monopoly board. Sad.
This stop is Stanley Park Station. Please exit right.
And I'm sure that she felt comfortable. I'm sure that she felt safe. I mean, there are multiple people that's on this train. She don't know any of these people from Adam or Eve. So just a normal evening. I'm sure she felt safe. Now, I want to ask you all, do you think that this is a case of mental illness? It's documented that he suffers from mental illness. It happened so fast. This is sick. She felt safe, but mentally he didn't. What could have triggered him? I mean, what could have triggered him? This got me scared of having people sitting behind me on the bus. I agree. So we got to be cautious of people sitting behind us. We got to be cautious of people sitting in front of us. We got to be cautious of people, period. You can clearly see he's in distress. Yes, something is bothering him. And something was bothering her before she got on the train, possibly, but that's still not an excuse to me. That's facts, goddess. That's facts. It's not an excuse. He needed to be by himself, and she probably didn't need. He needed to be by himself, and she probably didn't need to sit in front of him. The mom said he was diagnosed with a mental health disorder. I forgot which one. Yeah, it's documented. It's definitely documented that he suffers from mental disorder. It could have triggered it. Something, maybe her looks triggered him because she looked familiar to someone or something. That's true. It looks like he already gone through something. That's true. I don't understand why no one is asking what she was doing from 10 p.m. till 2 or 3 a.m. when she got with Hugo. This is a different demonstration, Mania. This is something different. We're talking about the young lady that lost her life on the subway in Charlotte. So this is a different story from what you're talking about. I hate the world we living in now. It's getting too dangerous. I'm with you, Precious J. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I dislike people. I dislike the way that things is going. And if we, notice I said if we don't do something quick, it's no telling what is going to happen to this country. If we as the people don't do something quick, just say, yes, and maybe someone of that color hurt him and he took it out on her because he did nothing to the other folks. I don't know, but it's not right. Why did no one reach out to assist her after she was stabbed? I don't think that they knew it because, like I said, it happened so fast, Sagittarius. So I don't think that they knew it. And once they realized, they did go over to her to try to assist her. He needed a caretaker. He should have not been on the bus transportation, anything like that by himself. Why the news didn't ask the father, did DACARA go out? Get this motherfucker up out of here, man. This ain't the day to fuck with Shank Rock. I'm telling y'all now. Let me get this funky ass up out of here, man. Now, I done just told moderators, get Mania up out of here. Let me get this funky ass up out of here, man. And don't you bring your funky ass back. Now, I done already told you this is a different story. Don't come fucking with me today. It's definitely no excuse. I agree with you. I feel whoever sat in front of him, he was going to do that. He listened to evil thoughts in his head and acts on it. I can believe that, Precious J. I can believe that. The girl didn't even know she was stabbed. Right. She didn't even know. When it happened, she was looking at him scared, then she collapsed. Right. She didn't even know. So I don't think the other passengers, I don't think that they knew. Maybe her playback is slow. Well, today ain't the day to come fucking with Shank Rock.
Please stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
So he must have cut himself. Man, this shit right here. He must have cut himself because you can see the passages telling him you leaking bad, bro. So let's run it some more, yo. Yeah, what? That's too much time that went by, y'all. Now I'm sure if they are able to see him leaking, I'm sure they can trace the blood to her. And I'm sure by this time she's stretched out. Come on, man. And I understand why people are upset with those that are on this train, because for surely somebody got to see. This is so sad. Diabolical. Her life could have been saved. That is way too long of time, man. It makes you now, no matter where you're at, to constantly turn around and look. And she didn't see it coming, y'all. Her life could have been saved. She didn't see it coming. She felt comfortable. She felt safe. Somebody had to see. My God. Nobody is concerned anymore. Nobody pays attention anymore. And that saddens me. That's facts, Precious J. Nobody is concerned. I mean, and when you come from an era when it was the complete opposite of what we're seeing today, it's sad, because we come from an era when something like this, it probably wouldn't have never happened. Something like this. And even if it did happen, my man, he would have got bum rushed. Everybody would have bum rushed my man. My man would be probably unalive himself. If you know what I mean? So but like you said, no, we're in the era of nobody cares. Look at the trail of the blood. Exactly. I'm never sitting behind anyone. That wasn't concerning at all. Facts. I understand the frustration, but please misspell curse words. Be respectful to the host. Yeah, y'all, please misspell the curse words so y'all won't get y'all comment blocked. All right. Please respect my moderators, y'all. All right. It's scary to be anywhere these days. And you're right, Rhapsody. You're right. It's even scary. To be in your own home. But it's just, it's scary. I don't know if people aren't concerned or they are just scared too. That's a good point, Yada. I remember when people would be nosy and watch everything. Nowadays, it's just sad. I don't like this. It's not my business, Ern. Yep, that's where everybody at now. Simply got to be spooked everywhere you go. Soberly spooked, that is. Hey, Shank, it's Tawana, I finally quit. Okay, I see you. I see you, Tawana. I see you. Don't pay me no mind if you hear me up here going off and cussing and all that. I'm all over the place, y'all. So I do apologize, y'all, if I'm not myself. Y'all can see I don't even got my camera turned on. I'm just not myself today, y'all. So much happening. It definitely would not have happened. I agree, but sometimes we are too scared to get involved.
This stop is East West Boulevard Station. Please exit right. This stop is East West Boulevard Station. Please exit right.
After what he has done, I see you, Miss Parker. After what he has done, should this suspect, should he be allowed to receive a GoFundMe account? Someone has started a GoFundMe account for this suspect. What are y'all thoughts?
City officials for this murder, but stopping short of announcing any specific action.
Despite all of this past documented criminal history, when Brown was arrested yet again in January of this past year, a Democrat judge, who I will add was a strong supporter of former Vice President Kamala Harris, released this insane criminal once again without requiring him to pay any bail.
Our investigative reporter Naomi Coles has been digging into Brown's criminal history and is here with a fact check on some of the White House's statements on this. Naomi?
Yeah, Jamie, much of what has been said about Brown's criminal history is true. He has been arrested and charged with numerous misdemeanors and 2 felonies dating back to 2007. Now, several of those misdemeanors did get dismissed over the years. Context is missing, however, from the White House's statements on his history. His arrest this past January was for a nonviolent misdemeanor, and he was not facing other charges at the time. Releasing a person in those circumstances on a low or no cash bond, for better or worse, that's a common step in many criminal justice systems. That said, he had just finished serving prison time in 2021 for an armed robbery. And while he had been arrested for assault in 2022 and twice again for misuse of 911 in 2024, no court case followed those arrests. Now, another important point, yes, the person who released Brown most recently is a registered Democrat according to voting records. She's a magistrate, however, which is a bit different from a judge. Our WBTV Investigates team has previously reported on the lax oversight system for magistrates in North Carolina. You can find those links right now and a complete timeline of Brown's criminal history right now on WBTV.com.
Let me ask y'all this. Should politics, should this be a part of this discussion? I'll leave it up to you all. Democrat, Republican, what do y'all think? We're in trouble, y'all. We're in trouble. We're in quicksand right now. And in my opinion, and I will give everybody an opportunity to give their opinion. In my opinion, a lot of us are not going to make it out of this quicksand that we're in. Once again, in my opinion, we're in quicksand as Americans. Politics shouldn't have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with politics. I mean, because my thing is this, and I'm not Democrat nor Republican. So I see you, Chandra. My thing is this. You can blame some things on Democrats. You can blame some things on Republicans. Democrats have done some good. Republicans have done some good. I think that we went from it being a war against black and white. Then we moved up to a war between rich and poor. We went to the war uneducated against educated. We've always been in this war, Democrat versus Republican. We've been at war before, Muslims against Christians or other religious folks. We as American people, when I talk to anyone from another country, they never say to me, what's wrong with you Democrats? They never say, what's wrong with you Republicans? What's wrong with the educated American people? What's wrong with the uneducated? What's wrong with white Americans? What's wrong with black Americans? You know what they always say? Any person that I talk to that's from another country, do you know what they say? They say, what is wrong with the American people? I'ma stop right there. I know that we belong to all kind of different brotherhoods and sisterhoods, and I get all of that. And some people want to be singled out to be this. Some people want to be singled out with being that. I get it. But if this country was attacked, right, by outside forces, let me just ask, are they going to single us out? Are they going to say, okay, black Americans, y'all go over there. Y'all, this ain't y'all war. White Americans, y'all go over there. This ain't y'all war. Christians, you go over there. Muslim, they're not going to do that. If 9/11, if September 9/11 didn't teach us that, and if you was around to witness 9/11, it should at least taught you that they don't give a damn about the identities that we hold on to in this country. You are an American, and I'm gonna bomb your ass. I'll say it again. What's wrong with America? It's no longer a black thing. It's no longer a white thing. For white supremacists, trust me, it's no longer a white thing. You got a lot of white people that hate, that dislikes white supremacy. They're out there. You got a lot of black people that if black people start a movement, it'll be black people themselves destroying that black movement. Are y'all listening to me? I need black folks to bring y'all funky asses up to the front. As black Americans, are y'all listening to me? As quick as a black person, as quick as black people set up a black power movement, it's going to be black people that's going to destroy that black movement. Same way with white supremacists. Now, y'all can hold on to the good old boy system, but you got a lot of white folks they're just not going to roll with it. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago, you could have got away with the white supremacist movement because it was a small percentage of white people that wasn't for that. But today, you got a lot of white people, they're not for it. Appreciate that super sticker, Nola. If there's nothing else that you got out of this demonstration, what is America going to do? Are we going to keep fighting over political parties? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They all belong to the same bird, just different branches. So if the Democrat, Republican belong to the same bird, somebody help me out. Appreciate this super sticker, TT. I'm not going to hold y'all that much longer. Give me a few minutes. I don't think that anyone, and this is my opinion, I don't think that anyone that is...
Sound too low? Here's how to fix it. Open Extra Sound. Instant volume boost up to 600%.
I don't think that they
Boom.
should be able to have a GoFundMe account. In this situation right here, there's a video, and the video shows the suspect attack this young lady and resulted in her losing her life. In my opinion, in this case, he shouldn't be able to receive a GoFundMe account. But that's just my opinion, y'all. That's my opinion. It's obviously that he unalived her. So.
A lunatic just got up and started. It's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible, but just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
President Trump on that brutal killing in Charlotte, North Carolina, that is igniting outrage. Of course, that was just a short time ago from his remarks at the Religious Liberty event. The silence from the liberal media and Democrats is actually heartbreaking. Don't they care that their soft on crime policies are getting people killed? Now, I want to warn you as I narrate this, it's disturbing. We'll stop at the point right before the murder, but you'll know what's happening. Even the president described this. The shocking surveillance video shows a Ukrainian refugee brutally stabbed to death on a city train last month. There's no way she sees this coming. You see the people on the other side of the train are focused on their phones or looking away. He takes that moment and he kills her. It happened just before 10 p.m. on Friday, August 22nd. 23-year-old Irina Zarutsky got on that train, and minutes later, an alleged homeless ex-convict with more than a dozen arrests stabbed her, killed her. It happened so fast that other passengers really didn't notice until it was too late. And the suspect then walks to the other end of the car, blood dripping both from the knife in his hand and his bloody footprints, and kind of stands and he waits to see if he can get off that train. And then he starts walking around the other members of the people inside that locked car. He's near them. Lord only knows what he could have done. Finally, he got off at the next stop. Police identified 35-year-old DeCarlos Brown as that suspect. He has a lengthy criminal history, are we shocked? Including 14 arrests on charges like armed robbery, assault, and making threats. The city's Democratic mayor is facing backlash for thanking media partners. We're supposed to act independently. Well,
Appreciate this super sticker, Rhapsody. Are we? And I know if you're a Republican, I know this may sound like it's a win if you're a Republican to be able to point out, see, it happened because, the mayor is a Democrat. Now, I'm neutral, so I can call a spade, all right? But how many incidents have happened when it was a Republican as a mayor? So you mean to tell me, just because she's a Democrat, she's the mayor, she is to be the blame? Shank, it's the policies. Once again, Republicans have policies that's put in place. We still have senseless acts like this, even with a Republican as mayor. Let's go up the ladder. When a Democrat is the president, we still have the same issues that we have when a Republican is the president. What issue, Shane? I'll talk about police brutality. Last time I checked, black folks have been under discrimination. We've been receiving police brutality, whether it's a Democrat president or whether it's a Republican president. Now, in my opinion, this is my opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't feel like this mayor, the mayor of Charlotte, should be attacked. I think it's a bigger picture than the mayor. She couldn't have stopped that, y'all. The policies couldn't have stopped it, regardless of what the policy is. It's like the pistols. We need to make the pistols. We need to make the laws more harder and stricter and this and that. And it's because of the Republicans. It's because of the Democrats. One thing that we know about a human being, no matter how strict the policy is, no matter what you do to prevent someone from getting a pistol, I believe they call it black market. As long as they're making these pistols, don't make a difference who's in office. People are always going to be able to get pistols illegal. Appreciate the super chat, Nene. He can make a GoFundMe, but the proceeds should go to her family. I agree with that. Let the proceeds go to her family. My opinion, I don't know the backstory. We don't know the backstory. But in my opinion, this young lady was minding her business. I don't believe that the suspect knew this young lady. And in my opinion, this young lady was definitely innocent. Appreciate this super chat, Nola Thomas Parker Love Contents. But I'm tired of the political beefs. I'm so tired. And we got to stop blaming each other. And we got to take accountability. We got to see what we're doing that's wrong. We got to see what we're doing that's right. In reality, it's no such thing as a gray area. My opinion, that's part of the problem. The gray area. If you're not in the gray area, then you're taking the chance of losing your job. You're taking the chance of losing friends. You're taking the chance of losing financial support. I would support you, Shank Rock, but Shank Rock, your funky ass was at a Donald Trump's rally. Believe it or not, I've had people tell me that. I've had people tell me, Shank Rock, I will support you, but this, that. All these different reasons people come up with why not to support.
They're not journalists, whoever those partners are. And then she thanked community members who have, quote unquote, chosen not to repost or share the footage out of respect for Irina's family. Cheryl, this is more than heartbreaking. It's disgusting. And we want more.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Once again, her being the mayor, that's just her opinion. I really didn't even want to post it. You know, because that's a sensitive matter. Just because she don't want people to repost it, that don't mean that she's wrong.
Of that footage, we don't own it, but as you can tell, I've watched it all. It's about 8 minutes long. And what's in that video, we do need to see. We do need to know.
I've watched the full video as well. It is disturbing. And that suspect arrested 14 times, horrific. But there's more to this story that keeps happening. First off, the mayor saying that we need more police. You don't need more police. You need to keep a person in jail that was arrested 14 times. Why was this person free? Number one, that's a failure, I think, on the mayor herself. The other thing, too, is I found GoFundMes were actually created for the suspect to raise money for him. And then get this on a couple of the pages. They've been pulled down, thank God. One of the fundraisers. While what happened was a tragedy, we mustn't lose sight of the fact that DeCarlos Brown Jr. was failed categorically by the judicial system and the mental health services. He's not entirely to blame. Another said,
now, I will say that he was failed. He was failed. These people need to be held accountable and stop trying to look for a way out. You can't get around the fact that the suspect was failed. It still don't excuse him for what he done. But if we're going to be fair, if we're going to be keeping it real, he was failed. And I know, Shank, the one that was failed was the one that he took alive. I get all of that. But we always got to look at the picture, the whole picture. No, he doesn't need any GoFundMe for what? Some people do use mental illness for an excuse, but on the flip side, it's real. And he was failed, but why not keep him in jail? You do the crime, you do the time. My mama used to tell me, he's not going to get out of this one. He's going down.
let's fight against the racism and bias against our people in the fundraiser for this suspect. It just shows the worst of humanity, this whole story, and the disregard for her family.
Jeremy, that is so patently offensive. Our people? Our people? You mean fellow killers? I mean, are they invoking race into this whole thing? Yeah. He got up, took something out of his pocket, and killed somebody on camera. Probably didn't realize it was all caught on camera.
Yeah, I mean, it is so disturbing, the footage. And what's really disturbing to me is you have a leader of a major city, Charlotte, which I spent a lot of time in Charlotte. I have a lot of friends that live there with young kids. A lot of people living in fear now, wondering, can I get on the train safely? And her knee-jerk reaction is to say, well, thank you for just not spreading this video any farther. We don't want anybody else to see this. Whereas when you see all sorts of, usually when you have situations involving police, shooting someone unarmed, well, there's, release the video as far and wide as it can go, make sure we send this video out and everyone can see, and there's all this outrage. But here we see this, especially on the legacy media's part, we don't really want to talk about this.
Why? Why do you think that is?
It doesn't fit their predetermined narrative. They have a predetermined narrative about what they want to say about the United States, and they don't want, watch this, Republicans to get a win out of this. So they think of politics. They don't want, they know President Trump cracking down on crime. They don't want anything to fuel what all of us know to be true about crime. And to me, it's sad that you have people, you could watch a video that gruesome, and your reaction is, oh, we don't want the Republicans to get a win. I mean, it's disturbing and very frustrating for all.
We've seen liberals, though, ask for more of it. Look at Daniel Penny. He was locked in a subway car with a man who was losing his mind and threatening people around, and he moved to protect the citizens around him. And everybody wanted more video of that. Well, did he do it for the right reasons and so on and so forth? I want to get to this real quickly. Mainstream media almost no coverage of this stabbing. Stories on the deadly North Carolina stabbing, zero from the Associated Press, PBS, New York Times, National Public Radio, Wall Street Journal, BBC, Washington Post, Reuters, MSNBC, only one from CNN, and it's from today. And the suppression on this, not just the video, Kennedy, drove the suppression on the story itself because it didn't go viral and not as many people knew that it had happened. And that's why.
To start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works.
We are this far beyond August 22nd and just now talking about this.
Yeah, and it's one of those videos that is so shocking. It's galvanizing to people because they want to feel safe in their cities. It's also tragic for this young woman who fled Ukraine for a better life, got to the United States, and, probably felt like I'm safe. I'm somewhere where I feel I am protected and can thrive and flourish. And how many of those people who have seen the video but have withheld the stories and, decided in editorial meetings not to broadcast it, possibly for political reasons? To Jeremy's point, how many of those people have Ukrainian flags on their social media pages?
Let me just slide in, y'all. Appreciate the super chat, Nolan. Support Shank, so Miss Parker, to do something relaxing. One thing, I can't remember which one of y'all said it, but I agree. I believe that whoever it was that sat down in front of this guy, I believe that he was going to do that to them. I could be wrong now. I could be wrong. Let me tell you, the mental health care here sucks. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Sorry, I had to run to the store. Glad you came back, that she shared. Us as individuals can do most of the work, if you ask me. The mental health care system sucked for a long time. Daniel Penny also was charged for a crime in that case after protecting a subway car full of people. He was acquitted, but still. Some do daily meds, but what mental illness has become, in my opinion, is way it sucks and no one takes it seriously or cares. JJ, sometimes it is way beyond us, believe me.
And it's like, why not celebrate this woman's life and also ask, how can this happen here? And, the institutions that failed the Carlos Brown also failed this woman. When you have progressives saying, well, we have to end incarceration. Well, this is what happens when you have violent recidivist people who get on the street and their behavior is completely unpredictable. I bet if you talk to some of those social workers and psychiatrists and, some of those DAs who prosecuted him over the years, I bet they all had a very good idea that he would be impulsively violent. And it is a failure of the system, not for him, but for her, that she lost her life. And there was nothing that she could do in the moment because the strike was so violent and deadly. There was no way she could have saved her own life.
And one thing I will say, if you allow a person to get away, they're going to continue. You have to hold individuals accountable. If you don't hold them accountable, they're going to continue to do what it is that they're doing. How do you rehabilitate a fool? Excellent question, Sean. Do anybody have the answer to Sean's question? How do you rehabilitate a fool? They talking politics about this is crazy to me. I have a strong feeling this is going to start something with the Ukrainian people. Just me, opinion. Something is off about this. I'm with you, Miss Fluffy. I'm with you. Jail is not a rehab. Prison or jail is definitely not rehabilitation at all. Something is definitely off. No rehab for a fool, but when it's legit, you really have somewhere to turn without a lot of red tape. You can't. But they just lock them up and throw away the key, and after time, done free to go. Appreciate this super chat, Nola. I never saw Shank go this hard on a story. Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. And I say it, I believe on every demonstration, y'all. I'm tired. We gotta do better. We gotta find some solutions. I don't have the answers, but I know we gotta do better. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to help. If there's any ideas anybody have, you can count me in. I'm willing to help. We got to do better. You right, Miss Fluffy. Yes, Nene. I agree. That's where they go wrong. They put these people in jail. They don't need jail. They need mental health supervision and support. No work put in, just time lost, no rehabilitation. That's where our system has us messed up and corrupt. Sean, is it even impossible? I appreciate everybody for the support. I appreciate everybody that helped me reach my goal. We did reach the goal of 15 super stickers or super chats. I will see everybody later on the backup channel. I'll be on the backup channel at 8 p.m. And then I'll be back on the main channel at 10 p.m. Salute everybody. I'll leave the chat running, and I'll see everybody at 8 p.m. on the backup channel.
Well, he's 34 years old, so all that past is not like under seal or anything. It's all gettable. And if people are doing their jobs, they're looking at all that reports, especially after that many arrests. I want to take a look at this. It's a local Charlotte reporter on city council cake break. Can we look at this? Local Charlotte reporter posts this. The Charlotte City Council took a cake break before they began discussing that fatal stabbing. What in the actual is happening right now?
I don't know whether to be more enraged at the city council, the Democratic politicians, or the media. But when I looked at those pictures that you had up there, the 13 pictures of DeCarlos Brown, I didn't just see 13 mugshots. I didn't just see 13 deranged killers, allegedly. I saw 13 opportunities to stop him that went unanswered. This guy went to prison. You see his images there. He went to prison for 5 years on another offense. He gets out. Within 1 year of being out, he assaults his sister. Within 1 year, 2024, he had 3 encounters with police officers. And then his mother, who was approached by a local reporter named Joe Bruno, she involuntarily committed him, kicked him out of her house. And here's a quote she gave this local reporter. Brown's mom says that the court should have never let her son be out in the community knowing he had a mental health issue and previous arrests. This beautiful woman in her pizzeria outfit at 9:45 p.m. on a Friday night on a train should still be here today. She is not. You failed, and you failed, New York Times, because I'm on your website now. Still no story.
Nothing. Yeah, she survived a war zone in Ukraine and couldn't survive a light train ride in America, Charlotte, North Carolina specifically.
Hey, everyone. I'm